So the Mourner's edition for Eminem's new album is kind of ridiculous. So I wanted to make this video. I know that this video is going to get dislikes because it's going to come off as like a why aren't you just happy with what you got? I am a little disappointed as a fan of like what is actually on there because I already know of most of the songs on there except for the remix. But the main topic that I wanted to talk about in this video is the fact that there were three different pre-orders for a digital album. And I've seen some people talk about this on Reddit. And this is where I think that because some people might have missed that Eminem did this, which, you know, he's not the only artist to do something like this. I mean, Taylor Swift goes crazy with the different variants and stuff, but it's just kind of frustrating. And I hope that this isn't like how it's done in the future. And I mean, I just personally, I skipped out on the pre-orders and I'm going to just not really pay any attention to any of this stuff. Hopefully Megadeth never does that because they're my favorite band. And I don't know. Because this situation is just weird because what had happened was they had one pre-order where it was for a limited time for a digital album. And it said it comes with an exclusive bonus track that you can only get on their website. So I think it was like $12.99. So people, you know, they were buying it. I don't know how many, but people were buying it because they were like, well, I don't want to miss out. Granted, you know, it was obvious that it was going to go online at some point where like, you know, you would know that you would find it on YouTube at some point. But still, the way that they said you can only get it from the website and all this stuff. So some people dipped in. I chose not to, and I was like, screw it, I'm just not going to bother. And then there was another one. So that timer had ended, and then I don't know how much time went by, but then there was another one. I think it was $12.99. It was the same price as the first one. I just don't fully remember the price. And then there was a second bonus track. It did not come with the first one, but you now had limited time to get a second bonus track. So to have both the bonus tracks, you had to have bought the album twice. And again, there was a countdown. So then when that countdown ended, then a bunch of time went by, and then they released the album again. This is before, so these were all pre-orders, so you didn't even get the songs until the album came out. So there was a third pre-order that came out, again for a duration of time. This one was cheaper and actually came with the first two bonus tracks, so bonus track 1 and 2, and a new skit for cheaper. That is crazy because now we have the Mourner's edition, which has all three of those tracks plus a remix that is not on those pre-orders. I just wanted to talk about this because it really is unfair to those that are just big music fans or just big like fans of an artist where like you just like to support the artist, you like to buy the stuff. They should have worded it better. It's to the point where I don't even understand how you wouldn't be able to get your money back. Because like it's accurate. Like, yes, you could only get it from that website during that time period. But I mean, the way that it was worded, it literally it said, you can only get these from the website, but you can listen to them anywhere now. So it's just really unfair because if they had just worded it as like you'll get these tracks before anyone else, I think fans would have still done it. Like, I think the fans that care enough about doing stuff like this, I think would have still done it. If it said you get them first, I think it would have just been fun for fans. Even then, though, even if it said that, still think having it separated in three different things was unfair. I don't know why you couldn't have gotten like a discount if you bought one of them or whatever. I know this at the end of the day, it has to do with the charts because Eminem does not need any more money. I don't think Eminem did this big scheme which, you know, people argue on whose plan it was. People are blaming Paul and stuff, but I'm sure Eminem was aware of what was going on. But I do wonder to what degree, because I would argue that he's someone that really cares about the fans. So it does seem a little odd for him to okay this. But to me, it was definitely done, regardless. It was done for the charts. I mean, there's no doubt about that to me. I don't think they did this for money, because the amount of people that were going to get it anyway are just the hardcore fans. So then you gotta, like, the hardcore fans that are gonna go through and like actually really look at all of this stuff and dip in and purchase all this stuff. I think that this had to do with the charts, but I don't know. It's getting lame. I don't know if Taylor Swift is the one that started this, but the whole thing is just getting lame. I really don't want music to turn into this where it's just all about the pre-orders with different variants. And then even after the pre-orders, I mean, just different variants in general. I remember, I don't even know what Taylor Swift album it was. Was it the last one? Where I don't listen to her, but I kind of follow it sometimes. She had like this whole thing about all these different versions. I think it was the most recent one. All these different versions, and then it was, oh, here's the 3 a.m. version. And I was like, okay, so I mean, if all these people that went through all these hoops, you can just listen to all the songs now anyway. Which, like, I get it from the artist standpoint because they're like, exactly what I said in the beginning of the video, or towards the beginning of the video. You're going to be able to find the songs on YouTube. It's going to happen. And then the way that it goes is that it will get flagged by like the copyright, so that the streams on that video will, like, the revenue goes to the artist. So they'll still make money on it, assuming that it's, you know, through all those systems and stuff. But it's just lame though. Like, why not just be more transparent? Like, why not just, to me, it should just be physical. It should be some physical variant where it's like, you get a bonus, I don't know, poster, you get a bonus booklet, you get a bonus like figurine, like something like that, as opposed to songs that are going to be available on streaming platforms. I just don't really see how that's fair. But at the end of the day, though, like I said earlier, I think this video will get dislikes because I think a lot of people look at it and they're like, well, like, why are you bothering? Like, why aren't you just happy with what you got and all this stuff? And it's like, you chose to buy it. But it's like, we're just in a weird spot with music because streaming has cut revenue for them. So now they're doing other things to make money on it. But I feel like the ones that are willing to give the money are the hardcore fans that are like, well, I just kind of got screwed. So I had skipped out on the pre-orders for the Eminem thing, but I wanted to talk about this topic because I am still a fan, and I was literally looking at it, like debating on if I should get it or not, and then I just chose not to. And I just feel for the ones that got it because I get it. As a huge music fan, like if Megadeth does it, I'm probably going to do it. That's where it gets weird too, because like, I'm not going to want to knock him for it, but at the same time, I'm still a little annoyed that there's a song on Dystopia that I don't have because it's a Spotify exclusive track, and I use Apple Music, so I just don't have it. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm just, for me personally, I'm just going to be more careful when I see this stuff. I'm just not really going to dive into it like I would have in the past. I'm going to kind of wait it out. I think Megadeth's the only one where like I'll probably just do it anyway, unless if it's like $6 million, but I don't know. It's just kind of lame. I really hope that this isn't how this is going to go now, because I would argue that the hardcore fans and fans in general, I'm not trying to say like no fan, like you have to be hardcore to buy the stuff, but the way music is now, most people stream it and have other ways of listening to it. So I just feel like the fans that are going to support the artist are going to do it anyway. I feel like the artist should just be more transparent with the fans instead of saying stuff like, you can only get it on the website, which is like kind of true because at the time, like you could only pre-order it on the website, but now the songs are available everywhere. And there's an extra song that didn't even come with those pre-orders. Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, I know some people would probably look at it and be like, well, the whole point is just to support the artist, but you got to figure $12.99 and then another $12.99. And then I think it was like $7.99 or something like that. It adds up. And then if you planned on getting the physical anyway, I mean, now, you know, you just spent all that money for songs I don't know. At the end of the day, I just really hope that it does not go this route for, I envision that for certain artists, it's going to be like this for a little bit, but I hope this isn't what stays. I hope that artists find other ways to make revenue. I'm not here saying that they shouldn't try to make money. It's just, I feel like the fans that are willing to purchase this stuff anyway, they could be more transparent with them and they'll still buy it. Which, I mean, now, I mean, it's getting to the point where most people are just going to be like, well, I'm not dipping into that. I think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to be kind of forced to change how this is going, because I think people are just going to start to be like, well, this artist did this, and then it came out, like all the songs came out, and a song that wasn't even on there. So I'm just not going to bother. I think that's kind of what's going to end up happening, but we'll see. I'm hoping for the best. I love music, but yeah, I'm still a huge Eminem fan. It doesn't like, I'm not going to not be a fan, but it's just a little annoying that this happened. And again, I just hope this doesn't become a trend. But like I said, I think if it does, I think that it'll just kind of start to phase away, because I think people are just going to start to be like, yeah, I'm not going to dip into that. But that's all I have to say about this. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about all this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, everyone.